This is the Huntington Tri-State Time Machine, brought to you by Realty Exchange, the top-performing real estate company in the Huntington, West Virginia Tri-State Area. Each week, your host, W.G. Bunch, and his guests share memories and stories about the past, the present, and the future of the Huntington Tri-State Area. That's Huntington, West Virginia, Ashland, Kentucky, and the Chesapeake and Proctorville, Ohio areas. If you used to live here or you currently live here, you're going to catch yourself saying out loud, "Wow, I remember that." Now, here's WG.
Hey, what's happening? What's going on? Here we are. Here you are. It is the Huntington Tri-State Time Machine. I'm your host, W.G. Bunch. Okay, if you have listened to the Safety Town episode, you're going to know who my special guest is today. If you haven't listened to it, what the hell are you doing? Get on there.
That's a good question.
You got to hear this. I have the director of Safety Town back again. We probably could do another Safety Town episode, but we're doing something different. Vanessa Hankins, how are you?
I'm good. Excited to be here. Can't believe you wanted me to come back. We'll figure out if it's worth your while or not.
Let me read a couple of these comments that people left online. Love the Safety Town episode. More Vanessa, less WG. Let's see the other one.
It's pretty ego crushing.
Is WG really necessary at this point?
You got to get better listeners, I think. That's mean.
And these are family members that are sending these things.
They're the ones that get you the worst, right?
Yeah, no kidding. All right, Vanessa, tell us about our sponsor.
Our sponsor is Realty Exchange, the top-selling real estate company in the Huntington Tri-State Area, serving West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky, and Florida.
Nicely done. All right, here's what we're talking about today. Oh, let me also give a shout out to the podcast company, Circle 270 Media. I've had more and more people ask, what do they do? How do they? I mean, I don't publish anything. I don't put anything out. I talk with a special guest, send Circle 270 Media a audio file. They take it from there. So
they're the magic.
Yes, absolutely. Circle 270 Media. All right, here's what Vanessa and I are talking about today. How do I even start this? COVID was crazy. When was the last time you actually went to a theater and saw a movie?
Oh my gosh, a theater. I mean, it probably when I first started dating my husband, because he went to be nice, and that's what like dates you're supposed to do.
How long ago was that?
Like 17 years.
You haven't been to a theater in 17 years.
Listen, he's finicky. Like, it makes him feel sick to see the screen. Something with his eyes. I don't know. I should probably know. It's probably a good wife thing to know why.
Poor Brandon is listening to this going, why is she throwing me under the bus?
But, like, that's just not something we ever, after I found out it gave him, like, headaches, I was like, well, I don't want to be a jerk and make you go to a movie, so. But my son goes, like, pretty frequently, so COVID really was a downer for him.
Yeah, because I mean everybody starts streaming, and now it's something where I think I've been to the movies once, maybe twice since COVID. It's not over, obviously, but whatever. The pandemic is over. Did you ever go to a drive-in movie theater? Are you even? You're obviously aware. Let's not try to snow everybody. But I mean, did you ever actually go?
So I went to one when I was in high school. I was probably too young to be with the group that I went to. I lied to my mom and dad and went with a boyfriend at the time. But just that one time, because then it shut down. So like we really just caught it right there. It was in Ohio. Like I think Gallipolis, maybe. And I could be totally wrong on that. Again, I was like 14 and had no business going to the drive-in movies with older boys.
This is going to be good. Okay, because I don't know which one would be in Gallipolis.
I know it was in Ohio.
Was it?
But I feel like we went the Gallipolis direction as opposed to the like Cool Grove direction. And I'm terrible with directions.
The one I think I remember. There was one over there called the Tri-State Drive-In, and there was one I think called the Starlite Drive-In.
I have no idea.
You have
I was just excited to be getting by with my lie.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, all right.
pulled that off.
Yeah.
Till now.
The drive-in. So the concept, for all you youngins, we're not going to get too far into it, but the concept of the drive-in is you go, and I've talked to people who've said I've seen it in movies,
Right.
but I've never been to one.
Yeah.
When I describe it, people start by going, "Why would anybody want to do that?" And then by the end, they go, "How come they closed?"
How can they close? Yeah, I still think that, honestly.
It's
An
okay.
experience.
Yeah, get your friends together, get your family together, and those are two different things.
Absolutely.
The movies totally kind of dictate who you're going with, but
Absolutely.
sometimes I went with, and the one I went to was East Drive-In, which is where HIMG is now.
I've seen some really cool photos. That was like an ideal spot too.
Yeah.
That's a cool spot to have one.
It was, and what was crazy is if you can picture it, you can see the screen from the highway.
Yeah. Imagine driving through there and like, how cool.
And some people would pull over.
Well, I was going to say I have questions. Did people get in trouble for like?
Yeah, because if you picture how the highway worked, the screen was angled just enough where you could get a glimpse. But I mean, I'm so old. When I went, the audio worked with you pulled in. Picture something the size of a toaster that you would have to clamp onto your window on the driver's side.
So they were like a post. You would pull up to the post, and that was connected to the post, right?
No. Eventually.
Oh, okay. So
but-
this is before then.
But yeah, you actually detached it from the post.
Oh, okay.
And put it on your window, just like if you
Okay.
went to Stewart's Drive-In or something, and they put the tray on the window.
All right.
It's like connected
So
to.
if you're the driver, you're really getting like all the sound.
Exactly. Yes. So of course, the typical family in the 70s. You've got kids in the back going. And they had a little bit. It had a little bit of a volume control, but not much.
Right.
And so the kids in the back are like, "Can you turn it up, Dad?" And Dad, of course, is going.
I paid for a night out. Can you shut up?
Yeah, I mean, it was like crazy. Where it's loud enough. I tell you what, if you can't hear it, shut your mouth.
Yeah, shut up.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, and so the audio was terrible. Then it was a huge breakthrough. Now come to the drive-in. And tune in on AM station.
Your car. See, that's how we did it. You could tune in.
And it was better, but not great.
Yeah.
It was still like.
Yeah.
What are they saying? I don't know.
Well, in the car that we were in, I guess it wasn't thought through, and I'm not taking the blame for this because I was younger than all of them. The radio didn't work that well, so they didn't take that into account. So we barely had any sound. It was very like. Yes, we're here.
That's exactly. And everything came out of like, at least at East Drive-In, came out of this little, like the concession stand thing. So if you parked too far away, the signal was not good.
Okay, that makes sense.
And depending on who you were at the drive-in with, sometimes you didn't want to be
You do want to be
close
bothered.
to everybody. God, this is gonna be. I'm not gonna say. I won't name names. My favorite drive-in movie story is. Oh my! I can't believe it.
You better not throw this girl under the bus.
How do you know that it's gonna be that kind of a story?
I mean, I'm assuming since you're embarrassed over there. I can see the facial expressions.
We had a very lovely time, and it was. Well, God, no, I'm not going to be able to get out of this.
It's a very gentlemanly term.
I did yes, I was a perfect gentleman. Yes, that's exactly what I was. I really was. And the movies are over. I take her. She lived on the south side of Huntington. If you've ever been to the south side, they have the sidewalks that are parallel to the avenue or the street or whatever.
My mother-in-law and my sister-in-law both live on the south side.
Yeah.
All the houses kind of like run together, I feel like.
wow.
I've gotten lost a few times, even going to my husband's aunt's house on the south
You're
side.
leading me right into the story perfectly. And then they've got the sidewalks that go up to the houses, and the movies are over, and I take her home, and I find a nice. It's a I do remember, like, it might have been a full moon, bright moon, and all that. Get out of the car.
It's like an impactful moment for you, like, to remember how bright the moon was.
Like I said, I can't remember to file my taxes, but I remember I remember these stupid things in my head for some reason.
Poignant moments.
Yes, exactly. Yes, life changing. But I get out and I go around the car, open her door. She doesn't get out.
What are you doing?
I know that was like.
Are we going somewhere else? Not opposed.
When you're 17, you're going.
Speak up.
I don't know what did I miss something? And she finally gets, and she's like looking at me like she has never met me or something. She's like looking at me with crazy eyes, and I'm like, oh my God, don't turn into a psycho. Oh no. And I start walking up that sidewalk to go to the house. I turn around. She's still by my car. And she says, "This is not where I live."
You're kidding.
And I'm like walking up. I'm almost to the door.
Were you a player? Like, did you just go to that many girls' houses?
No, and
like,
that's
what is going on, WG?
That is the problem. Is I wasn't. But she's like, and I was like, why is she still standing by my? I thought, did I forget to do something? She's like, this is not where I live. And I was like, well, what? She goes, I live 2 blocks that way. And I was like, you do? And I just went, can't remember where it was. Obviously, I'm in the real estate business, and I remember just
I never even thought of like houses being a blur for.
Yeah, well, I wasn't in the real estate business. I felt like I was when I was 17, but even just like a couple months ago, I went to go show a house, and I was like, "What avenue?" And they're like 11th, and I was like, "Okay, I'm on 9th. I don't know what." And they're like, "Yeah, go that way." I was like, "I'm an idiot."
See, I need locations. I'm like, do I go towards the park? Do I go towards the West End? Like, point me in the direction of like Midway, Camden Corner, whatever. Point me in the direction.
This poor girl, she was like, "No, I can get home from here." I was like, "Well, let me walk you home." No, I'll be fine. It was obviously a one and done date. But,
oh yeah, she was done very quickly.
I couldn't believe, and she.
So I have a question.
The icing on the cake is, she said, "This is so and so's house."
That was going to be my question, because it sounded like she got salty very quick. So there had to have been.
It was it was another.
You were a player, weren't you? You're a liar.
Nothing about me. No. That's my favorite drive-in, and it doesn't really have anything to do with the drive-in, except that was after the drive-in movie. I couldn't tell you what movies we watched or anything. But yes, that's the one that I'll always remember is the night I dropped my date off at the wrong house.
At a different date's house.
Yeah. No wonder. I mean, I'm surprised I got a date after that.
That's fantastic. So, are you still friends with her today? Like, does she live in the area?
No, she did, number one.
Okay.
Number one, she doesn't live in. I don't think she. I'm pretty sure she doesn't live in the area.
So she's not going to hear this and be like,
no,
I guess I forgive him.
However,
he really didn't mean to do that.
I didn't mean if. Yeah.
She's held the grudge all these years.
If she hears this, she'll go, "That's me." I swear it wasn't you. It was the houses. And it wasn't, there was no.
And I bet back then, like, still, because so many people have updated the house, so I bet back then they really looked so much alike.
And the worst part just being the fact that she was like, "This is where so-and-so lives." And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, no.
And that was not like it wasn't like, "Oh, this is my ex-series
It's a
girlfriend.
sore subject for her.
Yeah,
apparently.
I tried to walk her home, and she was like,
No thanks.
"No thanks."
Yeah, get out of here.
And I was
Leave.
like, and then I felt bad because I was like, because no cell phones,
Right?
So I'm like, I hope she gets home okay. All right, enough. Yes, that's my drive-in movie story. Anyway, all right. Here's the thing about drive-ins. Now, sometimes when you went to the drive-in, they charged per person.
Yes.
So the attendant or whatever would look in and go, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's 4 of you in there, and it's $4 each. That's $16.
Yes.
That's when you would put people in the trunk.
That's what I did.
You got in the trunk?
Yes, we got in the trunk. Me and another, like a friend of the guy that I was dating, his girlfriend. All the girls, like, there's 3 of us. So, like, this was like a 4-person car, but we put 6 of us in it. And all the girls got in the back underneath a blanket just to be, really safe, just in case they checked, so that we didn't have to pay.
So, oh my God. You went to the drive-in theater, and guys said all the girls get in the trunk.
Yeah.
And all of you went, okay.
Yeah, it was definitely a different time, obviously.
No.
They were like, oh, yeah, sure, why? Let's do it.
Anybody out there listening, don't do that. Anytime a guy tells you
know
get in
your
the
worth, girls.
Anytime any guy tells you get in the trunk, you're going to wind up in Oklahoma. You don't. That's
a hotel bathroom missing a liver or something.
Yeah. Yay. So, and then sometimes it was per carload.
Yeah.
So then you just shoved as many people.
Yeah.
Yes, in the cars as possible.
Kind of like Beach Fork Lake.
Yeah. What is that? I mean, I know what Beach Fork Lake is, but what is that?
That's how you would pay. Like when I was a kid, it's like by the carload. So all of the cousins would be like in one car, aunt and uncles in the other when you were doing like a family day.
Oh, okay.
It'd be like $3 a carload or $1 a person.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
They always made me drive and pay for everybody. Damn it. Anyway.
You need better friends.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? No. All right, a quick thing about the East Drive-In, which, again, and there was like this Tri-State and there was one in Kenova. I think we just called Kenova Drive-In.
I feel like I'm going to have to reach out to one of the guys that we went with, like find him on Facebook and be like, hey, what was the name of that place? Because they were older than me. I think they would know.
And he's going to go, when did you get out of the trunk?
Right.
I mean, they're like,
not even going to remember me. He's like, oh, you dated who? What?
They're going to say, are you the trunk girl? Because we still talk about you. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah. So and then there was the Starlite, but the one I was most familiar with was East Drive-In. And the other thing about the East Drive-In is you've got high schoolers going to a movie. So you know what you need? A playground. Right in front of the screen with the most dangerous, rusted out, whatever they're called, not rides. I mean, what are they?
Slide?
Oh, slides and swings. And every time you'd go to the drive-in, somebody is hurt.
Every time.
It would be
on that kind of equipment, yeah.
At some point, someone's like, we got to take Tracy to the hospital because she fell off. And
they should just keep a paramedic on grounds.
Yeah, it was like, oh, Emily's tooth is missing because she went down the slide and fell. It's something. It was drama, always drama. And again, no speakers up there. So you would just swing, go back and forth, and look at the screen.
So like if you were in the front rows of with your car, that would drive me crazy. I would be seeing that in my peripheral and be like, what move?
I think that's
terrible.
That's a good question. I think they were graded a little bit where
okay.
It went up further back you could possibly you should be able to see over cars, but it wasn't like
You don't know. You were parked in the back every time, weren't you?
This is so bad for my reputation because it's not everybody I went to high school with is like he was not like that. Are you sure
he wishes?
Are you sure he wasn't paying her by the hour? The girl, I mean, that's terrible. I'm going down. Let me step out of that.
Crawl back out of that.
Yeah, let me get out of that vortex. All right. Anyway, the thing about the East Drive-In is they closed the East Drive-In. Walmart bought it.
Yes.
And I don't know. My dad knows the details. I should listen to him more because he gave me the story and I just tuned out.
It happens.
But something where, like, Walmart said, we're going to build a Walmart here. And the ground, the drive-in's closed. The ground was so contaminated.
From all the years,
decades of oil and gas and stuff. And
look at the things we don't think about. Like, we see all this progress, but you don't think about what was there before.
Yeah, and so they were like,
I can't imagine the money that they spent to.
The EPA had to come in, federal had to come in and go, we've tested this soil, and you're not building anything here.
Yeah.
This is like. Yeah, no. I mean, I know that was it was a boatload of money.
And here we thought we're just like another Walmart, but Walmart like really wanted to be there to go through those.
I guess
that's crazy.
And I think it was the first Walmart we had. I don't think there was a Walmart here before. I think that was our first Walmart. That was in early '90s, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But,
I remember going there when I was in high school.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a little side story. All right. Let's get to something else. All right, we're talking about drive-in movie theaters. I asked Vanessa about. She said, "Do you remember? You don't remember the movie you saw, do you? When you were there, you don't. You were in the trunk.
I have no idea.
It was Trunk Girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And her two amigos.
Yeah. And I said, and I remember contacting her and saying, "Okay, well." The meat and potatoes of drive-in movie theaters were usually scary movies. I mean, they were just...
And those are my favorite.
And so I asked Vanessa, send me a list of... Because I'm not a huge horror movie guy. Good Lord. She sent me a list of like 700 of the most disturbing.
I feel like it was less than 25.
I watched 2, and I was like... I mean, I had a date for one of them, and she was terrible idea.
Oh,
terrible idea. She's like, "This is your idea of entertainment." I was like, "No, I swear to God, no."
Didn't know it was going to be this bad.
I'm doing I do a podcast, and she the co-host it. Watch this movie, and that's why we're watching them. She's like, "I think you're gonna."
You brought someone along for the ride on my.
Yeah, she's like, "I think you're gonna put me in the trunk." I was like, no, please. All right. So we're going to play a quick game. Everybody play at home.
I did really terrible last time on these games. So.
No, all right. This game is called, and I'm totally make these stupid titles up, but anyway, your call. So there's not a wrong answer.
Oh, okay. So I can't fail this one like last time.
Correct. I'm going to ask you 2 horror movies, and you're going to tell me the one you like the best.
Okay.
Everybody play at home and see. Some of these I've seen and some I haven't, but all right. Your choice. Hellraiser. That's the needle guy, right?
Yeah, all over his head.
Hellraiser.
I don't know that he sounded like that.
I'm terrible at impressions. Versus Poltergeist. Now,
man.
I do remember Poltergeist because this house is clean.
Caroline.
Yeah. So Hellraiser versus I don't think I've ever seen Hellraiser.
So Hellraiser is probably the movie that made me realize I liked psychological horror.
Okay.
Because it starts out, the puzzle, if anyone's ever seen it.
Okay.
So there is like this. I don't even know.
Like a Rubik's Cube puzzle?
It's like a Rubik's Cube, but it's like made of wood, I believe. And it's been a few years since I watched it, but it's one of my faves. My husband is not a fan.
It comes apart and snaps
comes apart,
together.
And then that's when all hell breaks loose, and here we have Hellraiser. God, they're not even the same, but...
Because I like Poltergeist.
For all-time classics, I mean, Hellraiser is good, but like Poltergeist is like... That's like one of the epitomes of like one of my faves.
Poltergeist is great.
Yeah, because it's got the scary little girl. It's got the jump scare. I mean, it's got everything.
And poor Carol Ann died when she was like in her. No, I mean she died like as a real person.
Like a real person. Yeah.
Yeah, it was sad. It was.
Well, and they're like some kind of, and I could totally be wrong on this. Everybody call me out if I am, but like I feel like I remember reading like the pool scene, like when the tree and the roots and all that. Do you remember that scene?
Yeah.
like there actually was somebody on the set that like got killed and they caught it in the film. But this could be totally like a Dorothy Wizard of Oz thing where it's a falsehood. I mean, I don't know.
That I don't know.
But I feel like I read that.
I know there's certainly like documentaries of like the curse of poultry because the teenage daughter died like in
there was
real
a lot
life.
of people, yeah,
and that kind of stuff. So
a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah. So and
which is probably why I like it because I'm into all of that weird stuff.
Okay.
You know? I'm messed up. Childhood trauma. Thank you.
You're fine. At least somebody didn't drop you off at the wrong house. Second would be the others.
Okay, that's it. M. Night Shyamalan.
The
I don't think I
Others
said his name right, but he's phenomenal.
Versus Quiet Place. Quiet Place is the guy from The Office.
Yes.
And is the others the one where they're in the house and just these people
aliens
beings. I'm thinking of the wrong movie. The Others. I don't know.
Isn't it?
What's the movie where it's like they're trapped in a house? It's. I don't think it's.
I've seen too many movies. They
maybe
all run
is it
together.
Liv Tyler or it's somebody like that? And these people show up with masks.
Oh, okay. I had to look it up for everybody at home. I had to look it up. Okay, so the others, isn't that's like where she has the keys and like locks the doors behind her like completely every room she goes in and out of? Have you seen it?
That's what I'm trying to.
Okay.
I can't remember.
So I'm feeling like maybe. I've seen so many scary movies because it's really my thing. Yeah, this is the movie where Nicole Kidman.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, so Nicole Kidman, and she lives in this house, and like a lot of the footage is like her just going around with these like skeleton keys, and every door that she comes in and out of this house, she's locking it behind her because you don't want the others to come in with you, which are like dead people.
Haven't seen that.
Yeah, and it's a really good one.
So the Others versus Quiet Place, which is
Quiet Place is I feel like more modern. It's got a lot of jump scares. I liked it because you could totally imagine like some psycho that like really happening to you.
Now you want to talk about? You just said it.
I don't want to talk about that, but we can.
No, we don't.
Everyone that knows me knows that I'm terrified of clowns. It's a thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, Georgie. Georgie.
It's a thing.
No. Okay, anyway, the last one I have. These are two I have not even heard of. 13 Ghosts versus Red Eye. I don't know what either one of those is.
Okay, so 13 Ghosts is another house movie based on a house that's haunted, whatever. It's this glass house.
Is this all real estate based?
I feel like it is. You should know these things, honestly.
So
that way you can avoid those conversations when the house is similar.
People go in and they go, this is 13 Ghost material. No, thank you.
Yeah, so if it's the house in Kenova, what's the big house on the hill in Kenova?
The big house. It's
a big glass house. It's kind of reminiscent of that.
It's a horror movie called The Big House on the Hill in Kenova. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Go ahead.
Shyamalan, that's it. I knew I was saying it wrong. So that house, it's another thing. People who are like bidding on the house are like won a contest to come in, and if they could stay the night, they win the house. Like if they make it through the night.
Oh.
So the whole house is set up by this genius guy.
Oof.
And it's all booby trapped. Like you have to figure out all these different puzzles to survive and trap the ghosts, blah blah blah. So there's 13 of them. They all have a backstory. It's like gluttony, vain, like
Seven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
now, Red Eye has to be a plain something.
That's a plain one, and that's another one that feels like it could happen to you. Like this killer is like with her, following her around.
I don't think I'm gonna watch any of them.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna go. Just because it was a big part of, that's the first movie that I brought my little sister in to watch horror movie was 13 Ghosts. So it's kind of like we love it and we reference it a lot. So I'm going with that one.
All right.
But Red Eye was good.
All right. Here are the two that you sent me. Okay. Well, here's the one.
2 of the 7,000.
Yeah. The one I watched and was good is that Cabin in the Woods movie.
Oh, okay. It's good.
Thor.
Yeah.
That's my boy, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, and he's beautiful. Like
I love me some Chris Hemsworth.
He's a good actor too.
We've never met, but I got a bromance with that dude.
Yeah, he's good looking.
I was like, of course, as soon as you see him, I'm like, it's Thor.
Yeah.
What the heck? Real quick, Chris Hemsworth or Chris Pine?
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine or Chris Evans?
Who's Chris Evans?
Captain America.
I don't care about that.
So Chris Pine?
Yeah.
Chris Pine or Chris Everett?
Who's that?
She's a tennis player.
She?
Yeah, from the 70s. All right.
Let's go with her. Tennis is cool.
Okay. I don't know where the hell I'm going with any of this stuff.
I'm like, who is that? I don't know.
All right. We kind of went here, there, and everywhere. Hey, welcome to the show.
Okay.
Welcome to the show. All right, so no drive-ins close. I did a little bit of research. The closest one, I think, is like 3.5 hours away.
Like official, not like inflatable, like everybody was doing during the pandemic.
Yeah, no, I have one of those.
Oh, okay.
I have one of those inflatable.
Yeah, we have one too.
I love it.
Yeah, we put one over the pool.
I do. I have to admit, it is lonely just to sit out there by myself, and all of a sudden the
Again, you need new friends.
Yeah, the neighbors are like,
can't watch that out here.
What is wrong with you? Oh my God. I'm not. Oh my Lord! What kind of movies do you think I'm watching?
Since you're by yourself,
you are. Oh my God! You're giving me a bad reputation. I'd like to earn my bad reputation. Thank you. All right. Anyway, so drive-in movie theaters. If you have memories, or you remember this one, or we forgot one, we got something wrong, whatever the case may be, you can send messages depending on how you're streaming the show.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, we'd certainly love to hear from you. If you have ideas about other shows, let us know as well. Let me thank Vanessa Hankins for coming in and taking the time and scaring the hell out of me. And
exposing my childhood trauma and all of the joys I have in life.
Can you get? I think when they make cars, we should have asked Hank Dial when he was here. I think when they make cars now, is there an auto release thing in the trunk so you can't?
Yes, there is actually. I do know that.
Okay, so you can't. Okay, so you can't get locked in a trunk anymore. It's just the fun of it.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right.
Kind of like Dexter, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yes. I'm almost done with Dexter. It only took me 20 years.
Oh my God, the ending made me so mad.
I haven't seen the ending. Nothing.
You have to let me know.
Is it awful?
It's just not good.
He doesn't fall in love with his sister, does he? No. Okay, good. All right.
It doesn't go into left field like that.
Okay.
It's just a dumb ending.
Oh, wow. Now I'm real excited. All right. Anyway. All right. Vanessa, thank you so much for being here. Everybody, thanks for listening. And Vanessa, take us out.
We are out of here.
Thanks for listening to the Huntington Tri-State Time Machine, brought to you by Realty Exchange, the top performing real estate company in the Huntington, West Virginia Tri-State Area. If you have a memory you would want WG to talk more about, just send him an email at memories@htstimemachine.com or post a comment on the Time Machine Facebook group page. Did you like this episode? Be sure to share it with friends and family. You can find a link in the show notes that you can use to share it. And be sure to let Realty Exchange know that you like the podcast as well. Their contact information can be found in this episode's show notes.